Hello everybody and welcome. I'm going to show you how we fitted a 2-bike sliding tray to our camper van. Now this is a Hymer Corrado T448 camper van. We picked it up in October. It is 2 years old and it was previously used as a holiday touring van, being kept in pretty top condition, and it had never been used in the winter, only in the summer. When we were looking for a van we had a big dilemma. Do we go small but we can't fit our bikes in and all our gear? Do we go bigger and not have the agility to navigate some of Scotland's more interesting places? Safety and security was a priority in my book. A toilet and a shower was beaters. However, this is not a review of the van and the features inside. You can see plenty of those on YouTube. I'm here to talk to you about the main reason for buying this particular van, and that is because of the garage. This garage. A garage big enough to take 2 bikes and all the kit. So let me show you how I turn this space into this. Here you can see my initial design for the rail system to go in the garage. Now for this garage setup to work, the main measurement that had to be taken into account was the garage door width, which was 94 centimeters, and the ability to fit 2 800mm bike bars across that width. All other measurements sort of fell into place, but this was the main driving measurement to take into account to make sure it worked. So what I did before I started on this journey, I masked out on the floor the area of the garage floor and put 2 bikes in that place to make sure the layout was correct. There's the little door just there for reference, and the rails mounted on the floor to be mounted on the planks, and my main concern was to make sure that it cleared the door lip and the door edges. And as you can see later, this didn't quite work out as planned, as I forgot to take into account the door locking latch. However, as you will see, these plans were put into action pretty well correct. I didn't have to make any alterations as such, so I was pretty pleased with that. Now the thing to take into account, all this design and preparation was done without actually having the van. We still had to pick the van up, and so I had 8 hours before we set off on our first journey to actually fit all of this tray. So I hope you will join me now and we will go through and put it into place. Here are the brackets ordered with the rails, nuts and bolts. Hopefully this should make it a straightforward job, but didn't quite turn out like that, as we'll see later. The wood for the rail frame. The rails themselves, give them a quick measure just to make sure I got that right. To speed up the fitting process, I pre-ordered a 9mm sheet cut to size. While I considered this to be quite expensive at £45, I also had to take into account that I had to take home a larger sheet than actually what I needed, so wasting wood and not being able to carry it. So I took the punt and got a plywood sheet pre-cut. So after having a sift through all the bits and pieces, lined up the bits and pieces, everything seems to be in order, and it seems like I can start to assemble the tray. Cut the long sides of the frame to be just a bit longer than the rails. Be sure to square off those ends. Since I did not want to physically screw the frame to the garage floor, otherwise I'll void my warranty, I wanted a snug tight fit, as this would keep the frame secure and in place. My cunning plan to secure the frame in place was to use wooden blocks and ram them up against the existing rail that was in the garage. Having got the block sorted for the frame, I now had to put the frame in place, and so now I had to cut the ends of the long frames so they fitted into the corner of the garage. A few more adjustments needed to get that wood into the corner of the garage. I had designed the tray so it would extend the full 140 centimeters beyond the garage door. To ensure that the rails did not detach themselves from the frame, I inserted a bolt into the end of the wooden frame and and I would screw this down to secure the end of the rail.
Battery going.
This is the door lock mechanism that was overlooked in my design and nearly caused a lot more work. I quickly found out when trying to fit the rear right angle brackets for the tray that the holes were lined up in the wrong place, so I had to drill some more. To protect the end of the tray from accidental damage and to stop water ingress, I got some U-shaped aluminium from a local store, applied some silicone and screwed it down. Now to fit some wooden side trims. These would act as guides for the bicycle handles so they wouldn't slip off the side of the tray when the bikes were in transit. It would also act as extra wood or material for the eyelets to anchor down the retaining straps. One of the first places we visited in our new van and with our new bicycle tray fitted was Fort William. Let's see if the bikes have survived. Let's see if the tray has survived. I'm happy to say it was all a success. It's turned out very well. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. If you like it more, please subscribe, or please join the wevantour.com blog post for further notifications.